Welcome aboard, applicants. Let's get answering question 1 from the first year law students exam, June 2015. As with all essay questions, we should begin with the call of the question. So let's begin there. With what criminal offense or offenses, if any, can be reasonably argued were committed by Arthur discuss? 2. What criminal offense or offenses, if any, can be reasonably argued were committed by Cassie discuss? 3. What defenses, if any, can each of them raise? Discuss. Okay, now that we know our calls, let's start framing our answer right here. So number 1, crimes of Arthur. And we want to make sure that we put in State v. Arthur. And then down here under number 2, crimes of Cassie, question mark, of course. Make sure I put a question mark in there on both of those. Thank you for your patience. And then State v. Cassie. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then number 3, we want to make sure to throw in defenses, if any, can each of them raise. So we might defenses of Arthur and Cassie. Okay, we might have to change that, but for right now, that's how we'll start with it. Okay. Okay. Now, let's read a question one time for what we call movie mode, so we get a big picture of the facts. Okay, here it is. Arthur and Cassie worked at an art gallery. They wanted to make some extra money by selling art from the gallery on eBay. They intended to share the proceeds with the owner of the gallery, but did not tell him about it because Arthur and Cassie did not think the owner would approve. The building in which the gallery is located was undergoing earthquake renovations, which resulted in the building being opened through the roof to the building next door. Arthur approached Woody, an employee of the building contractor, and offered him $500 to take a wrapped package from the gallery and stash it in the building next door so that Arthur and Cassie could pick it up later. Arthur gave the wrapped package and $500 to Woody after the gallery had closed for the evening. Woody took the package up to the roof, and as he was crossing into the next building, he fell through the gap and tumbled 3 stories, landed on the package, and was killed. The art in the wrapped package was destroyed. Cassie was waiting outside the building to get the package from Woody. When Woody did not arrive with the package, Cassie went back into the gallery, took several more paintings, and took them home. Woody's body was found by a construction worker. Arthur and Cassie were arrested. Okay, let's now begin. Now that we know that we're dealing with criminal law, let's throw down our shopping list and start our second read for issue spotting. Murder, structure, theft, crimes against the person, solicitation, conspiracy, attempt, and defenses. We're going to repeat this for for Cassie. Thank you for your patience. Right here and right there. Okay, perfect. Well, we're going to have defenses down below, so we could take that off of our list there. Okay, now up here, Arthur and Cassie worked at an art gallery. Support facts, background fact. They wanted to make some extra money by selling art from the gallery on eBay. Okay. They intended to share the proceeds with the owner of the gallery, but did not tell him about it because Arthur and Cassie did not think the owner would approve. Now, this is the aspect about this. Arthur and Cassie worked at an art gallery. Now, they wanted to make some extra money by selling art from the gallery on eBay. They intended to share the proceeds with the owner of the gallery, but did not tell him about it because Arthur and Cassie did not think the owner would approve. The building in which the gallery is located was undergoing earthquake renovations, which resulted in the building being opened through the roof to the building next door. Arthur approached Woody, an employee of the building contractor, and offered him $500 to take a wrapped package from the gallery and stash it in the building next door so that Arthur and Cassie could pick it up later. Now let's go back up to our first paragraph now. Arthur and Cassie, this should be an instant issue trigger when we're dealing with 2 criminal defendants that we're dealing with solicitation conspiracy. Okay, now up here, we're going to definitely keep solicitation conspiracy. So actually, you know what, as we're issue spotting this. We'll use our shopping list as we go. But first of all, we're going to throw down solicitation, merger, because solicitation merges with conspiracy, but conspiracy never merges with the target crime. There's conspiracy, Pinkerton's rule. Make sure to throw in accomplice liability. Okay, now, up here, okay, now they wanted to make some extra money by selling art from the gallery on eBay. This is the aspect about what was the target crime of the conspiracy. Was it only larceny? That, well, see, I would begin with embezzlement. Okay, why would I start with embezzlement? Well, up here they worked at the gallery. This is where I would throw this additional fact in, because are they high-level employees? Now, the other aspect is, did they take another's property that was not theirs? Yeah, it was the gallery's property. Now, the other one is, I should say, the owner of the gallery right here. This is what I'm referring to. Okay. Now, the other thing about it is this a simple larceny, trespasser taking, carrying away personal property of another with the intent to permanently deprive the owner thereof, or is this the taking of another's personal property by someone who was in lawful possession and converting such property for their own purposes with the intent to permanently deprive the owner thereof? Is it something along that line? I think it's more along that line, but we're going to have a backup theft crime. In the event that embezzlement doesn't work, we're going to throw in a quick little larceny discussion as well. Now, the other thing about this right here, Arthur gave the wrap package and $500 to Woody after the gallery had closed for the evening. Now, Woody took the package up to the roof, and as he was crossing to the next building, Woody fell through the gap and tumbled 3 stories. Now, this is the other aspect too. Did Arthur and Cassie have to go into the building to get the particular art in question? This is the aspect here that we're looking at. The building in which the gallery was located. The building. Okay. So what should this immediately be triggering in our mind? Absolutely. If you said burglary, great job. We want to make sure to tackle this in terms of common law and modern law. Okay. Now, because this is an art gallery rather than a dwelling house, I would probably say, I'm going to highlight, I'd lean in more in the direction of modern law. Okay. Now, in which the gallery is located, so the building in which the gallery is located was undergoing earthquake renovations, which results in the building being opened through the roof to the building next door. So, when Arthur approached Woody, an employee of the building contractor, and offered him $500 to take a wrapped package from the gallery and stash it in the building next door so that Arthur and Cassie could pick it up later. Now, Arthur is technically the one who approached Woody, so I would even throw in first of all his conspiracy number 1 with Cassie. I would probably throw in an additional conspiracy here as well. I want to make sure we talk about this. It's possible to put a question mark here, and this is with Woody, and this is when up here he approached Woody and let's see right here. Okay, right here. Arthur approached Woody. Okay, an employee of the building and offered the building contractor and offered him $500 to take wrap package from gallery and stash it in the building next door so that Arthur and Cassie could pick it up. I would talk about that underneath this aspect here that we just talked about, conspiracy number 2, Woody. Okay, now what happens next? Now, Arthur gave the wrap package and $500 to Woody after the gallery had closed for the evening. Okay, which also helps us to answer some aspects about what time of the day our particular burglary is taking place. It looks to me like it could be towards the evening or night hours. Now, Woody took the package up to the roof, and as he was crossing into the next building, he fell through the gap and tumbled 3 stories, landed on the package, and was killed. The art in the wrapped package was destroyed. So this is the aspect too, that this is definitely at least a larceny and possibly an embezzlement. We're also looking at the actions of Woody here. Now, there was a burglary that was committed by Woody, though by way of Woody that would be attributable to both Arthur and Cassie. Okay, now back here. Now Cassie was waiting outside the building to get the package from Woody. When Woody did not arrive with the package, Cassie went back into the gallery, took several more paintings. Okay, let me actually finish this paragraph up here. Thank you for your patience with me. Now, Woody took the package up to the roof, and as he was crossing the next building, he fell through the gap, tumbled 3 stories, landed on the package, and was killed. The art in the wrapped package was destroyed. Now, this aspect here, what was Woody killed? So we want to make sure to throw in right here a full-blown homicide argument. Okay. Now, so we've talked about murder here. We've talked about structure. But we're not quite done yet concerning theft here. Now, Cassie was waiting outside the building to get the package from Woody. When Woody did not arrive with the package, Cassie went back into the building, took several more paintings, and took them home. Now, down here, crimes of Cassie, I would additionally argue that in addition to the crimes we just talked about up there, I don't want to forget to argue the additional paintings, okay? Larceny for the additional paintings. Burglary and larceny. And I want to make sure that I tell my reader this is for the additional paintings. Okay. Now, and down here under burglary, we also want to make a common law, modern law distinction really quickly. Okay. Okay. And then, so when Woody did not arrive with the package, Cassie went back into the gallery, took several more paintings, and took them home. Woody's body was found by a construction worker. Arthur and Cassie were arrested. Okay. Now, we have under Arthur, State v. Arthur, we got solicitation, merger, conspiracy number 1 with Cassie, conspiracy number 2 with Woody, the actual stake in the venture agreement aspect, Pinkerton's rule for all the actions of Woody attributable to Arthur and Cassie, as we're going to be talking about here, and then the accomplice liability of both Arthur providing Woody the actual all the specifications and time and how to navigate the building, and then also Cassie for waiting for Woody outside the building to get the package from Woody. Now, and then also, we talked about embezzlement, the fact that Arthur and Cassie worked at the art gallery, and our fallback position, if we can't get embezzlement, would be larceny. We talked about the burglary committed by Woody and the homicide of Woody. So right here we have everything we've completely talked about. We want to make sure we throw in conclusion at the tail end of this. Now, we're not done yet because we have crimes of Cassie to talk about here. Let's put this on a separate page down here. Now, I would copy and paste a lot of this and then eliminate as we need. So I'd copy here, down here under Cassie, right here. There we go. Now, there's the solicitation. I'd say the conspiracy with right here, the conspiracy with Arthur. We have the Pinkerton's rule for Cassie. We have the accomplice liability for Cassie for waiting for Woody. We may not have to do a full-blown embezzlement larceny because we could actually get that through the Pinkerton's rule. All crimes committed by other co-conspirators are liable to that. All crimes committed by fellow co-conspirators in furtherance of the criminal objective are attributable to other co-conspirators of the conspiracy. Now, and then burglary, I got the burglary common law, modern law, homicide of Woody, probably would, you know what, I would have to say, I would talk about that under Arthur and then tack that on through the Pinkerton's rule. So we would actually get, under Pinkerton's rule, we would talk about the embezzlement, larceny, homicide, and what else? And then I also don't want to forget this too, up under Pinkerton's rule for Arthur, and this would be the larceny of Cassie. Okay, larceny by Cassie of the additional paintings. Okay, right here. Now, and this is, yeah, okay. So want to make note of that. Then down here, want to make sure we're discussing all this. There's embezzlement, larceny. Okay, burglary. Okay, good. Okay, that's it. That's the other one I wanted to talk about. Okay, burglary and homicide. Okay, cops liability. We talked about the burg. Committed by Cassie. Most likely going to be a modern law. And then conclusion at the very tail end. So we cut this here. Right here. So right here. Right there. I think we got. And then we want to make sure we talk about the defenses. Now, under the defenses, trying to think here if there were any possible defenses of Arthur and Cassie. Trying to run through my defenses here. The claim there was trying to find. I'm running through the defenses in my mind. No. Because I'm thinking self-defense, defense of others. No, obviously not. Crime prevention, obviously not. There's no incapacity, no insanity, no intoxication. Is there any? Oh, hey, is there any mitigating factors like we talked about? I want to make sure here that we talk about actually involuntary manslaughter. Okay, we'll make sure to bring that up. And boy, I probably would talk about this underneath Cassie, this crimes of Cassie. I would do it just like this here. Now that I kind of had to adapt my outlining here just a little bit. I think we got this though. Okay, now because the defenses would be raised with all of the with the crimes that were committed. Now, I wanted to ask you, applicants, can you see any defenses that I didn't see? I'll give you a few minutes to answer. Applicants, did you see any defenses that I didn't see? I'll go up and do a quick reread. Oh, they wanted to make some extra money. We talked about this. It's a, well, I'm gonna put a question mark here. Crime. We taught the defense to the crime called financial necessity, but it's not even a it's not going to work as a defense. Not a defense. Not a viable defense. So, but it's that aspect that would address the fact that they were trying to make some extra money. Let's see. I can't think of anything else that was a defense because each one of the arguments, as each crime would come up, would have its own particular defense as the facts brought it about. So, I'll pause right here. Applicants, again, can you see any defenses that I'm not seeing? Well, maybe, well, maybe. Oh, maybe I had to go back. This is the third read. Sometimes these things don't just pop out to you. What about this one? When Woody was returning, he fell. Okay, Woody took the package up to the roof, and as he was crossing the next building, he fell through the gap and tumbled 3 stories, landed on the package, and was killed. The art in the wrapped package was destroyed. Could it be argued that the larceny was an attempted larceny? But I don't see. That's what I'm saying. I don't think so, because at the time of the taking, it was completed. So I'm not. You know what? I'm just going to leave this as is, and go with it. So to wrap things up, we're going to talk about crimes of Arthur, State v. Arthur, solicitation, merger, conspiracy 1 with Cassie, conspiracy 2 with Woody, which involved the $500, Pinkerton's rule for the larceny by Cassie of additional paintings, accomplice liability for providing Woody all of the ins and outs about how to giving Woody the wrap package and the $500 after the gallery had closed for the evening. Okay, and then we're also going to tie in accomplice liability down here under Cassie for waiting for Woody outside. Now the other thing is the embezzlement. That would lend itself, or I should say, the fact that they worked at the gallery might lend itself to the embezzlement, fallback position larceny, the no defense of financial necessity because they wanted to make some money. The burglary, which we're going to say is most likely going to be modern law, although we would probably, yeah, modern law because of the gallery. And the homicide of Woody, full-blown homicide analysis on this one, involuntary manslaughter, and then conclusion. Now, under crimes of Cassie, State v. Cassie, we'd have the conspiracy with Woody, the Pinkerton's rule for the embezzlement talked about up under Woody, the larceny up under Woody, the burglary up under Woody, and the homicide. I'm sorry, I said Woody. Please forgive me. I meant Arthur. The embezzlement of Arthur, the larceny of Arthur, and the burglary committed by Woody, and then the homicide of Woody. And then we have accomplice liability for waiting. We talked about this, for waiting for Woody outside of the building. The burglary, the modern law, because she went back into the building. And then the larceny of the additional paintings, and then conclusion. So I think that's a good wrap up. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a fantastic essay to go over. I'm glad we had a great time with this. And so want to put a shout out to Chess Cruncher TV. Keep chess crunching, Chess Cruncher. I want to put a shout out to my Amazon Kindle book, Battling the Big Bad Baby Bar, Essay Basics. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for helping me issue spot this and going through it. It's quite an interesting question, but I believe we were able to overcome it. Thank you so much, and God bless.